Academy Award winner Cate Blanchett is one of Hollywood's busiest and most talented actresses. Right now, she is starring in 3 of the most acclaimed movies of the year, including her Golden Globe-nominated performance in a new film called Notes on a Scandal. And Cate is with us. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
How are you?
I watched this movie over the weekend, and I thought to myself, it's too bad the poor girl just can't act. You can't...
It's been a tough year.
You are so good in all of these movies.
Oh, thanks. Well, they're good. They're good roles.
They're really good.
And people talk. I mean, I sort of can't join in the conversation when people start saying there's no good roles for women. Playing Sheba opposite Judi Dench, and then in Alejandro's film Babel, and with Steven Soderbergh and George Clooney. Good German. Phenomenal,
phenomenal. Well, let's start with the one with Judi Dench, because this is an amazing story of a school teacher, a scandal very familiar in America, where the school teacher goes off with a 15-year-old boy, but it's really not about that.
No, I think that was what was great about what Patrick Marber's done with the screenplay, is he's really made, as much as you can, the scandal be incidental. It's really about this terrible well of loneliness that draws these 2 women together.
It is a thriller. You are on the edge of your seat every single second, because you don't know what's going to happen next. And you said it was the toughest role you've ever had to play. I read that someplace.
Yeah, I think probably morally. I mean, I sort of pride myself on not judging a character and not patronising an audience and leaving the judgment open to them. But the whole notion of sleeping with a 15-year-old boy or any child that's underage, I found really difficult.
Right.
And so it was, once I understood it from the point of view that these women were incredibly isolated and bereft.
Because on the surface, she looks happily married. Bill Nye plays your husband. You have this house full of kids. How could you cheat on him? You have this house full of kids, and everything seems to be terrific. And of course, it's not really at all. Yeah, well, the odd thing for Sheba is she's married to an older man, and so she's almost been sort of outside of her age group. She's been an adolescent most of her life, and so once I understood it as being a very destructive, a woman who wanted to blow her world apart, then it made sense to me. And the Judi Dench character is this older teacher who you work with, who seems in a way, to want to befriend you, and she's got a Machiavellian plan that I have no idea. Machiavellian was a piker compared to the way this one. Vampiric, it's been called. Phenomenal. Let's take a little look at a scene where Judi comes to you in a moment of absolute desperation, and you have to choose between Judi and your family. Let's take a look.
Get the bloody car!
Give me a minute! Will you? I can handle this!
Oh, I'm to be handled, am I? Like toxic waste. You see me on sufferance, I'm an imposition to be tolerated.
No, of course not. I love our time together. I'm your good friend.
Then stay with me.
I would if I could. I'm desperately sorry about Bosher, but you can see I have to go.
Think very carefully, madam. Be aware of the consequences.
Barbara, please don't make this mean any more than it is.
Stay with me. I don't know what I'll do.
No! Look, I'll call you, I promise.
Big mistake. It really is. It's like one of those dramas that on the edge of your seat. And I was trying to tell people this morning is not an overt violence. There's not a murder scene in this per se. No, emotional murder perhaps. Exactly. But really I mean, I think the problem is that Sheba, who I play, underestimates Barbara enormously. And once Barbara knows her secret, then she's done for. Very quickly, I want to talk about the good German, because that's you just mail these in. You just I'm going to go off. Hardly. I wish I could mail them in. I wish I could. Shot in black and white. Steven Soderbergh. You play opposite George Clooney, and this is Berlin right after World War II. Oh man, where the accent comes from, where do you come from in this? It's the whole style. I mean, and Stephen had us watch a whole swatch of films that he was stylistically interested in, and I watched Notorious many times. But a lot of German actresses who I didn't know, like Hildegard Neff. It was fascinating going back to sort of understand the high style that they operated in, which now seems to us incredibly front-footed and quite melodramatic. Oh, but I think in this particular, people are sort of they're either love the good German or they're not so crazy about it, and I was one of those that I just, I can't wait to see. I think it's an extraordinary directorial feat. Terrific. And you're going to reprise Elizabeth, right? Yes. Well, I have. It's in the can, as they say. On the cutting room floor, perhaps. I don't know. All right. Well, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much.